All right, students, we are back again. Travel, English, and culture. Okay. I mentioned in the last video that I would talk about the content briefly. I'll talk about the content, and then I would also give you some more information. On evaluation. Yeah, the part that you have to know. Yeah, how I'm going to evaluate, and I will give some details. I will talk about it. Okay. So here we go. The contents, roughly, yeah, these are the content of our course. The lecture series is based on these content. Okay, I said I will take the materials, the articles from internet and also from textbooks, and the units would be on. Some of the units are like this. For example, tourist information. Talk about like travel jobs, yeah, or tourism industry, yeah, or like travel agents. So some of the topics are given here. You can see it. Yeah. Travel agents, yeah, because before you travel, you need to buy tickets. You need to get visa for some countries, and also, of course, you have to have a passport. Yeah, and buy the tickets online. So we would also go through some online websites where you can buy tickets. Yeah. And then travel agents, of course we learn vocabulary related to travel agents, tourist information, websites. Yeah. So these are the content again. Yeah. So and then tour operators, we'll talk about that, and I'll give you some information. I'll again provide you knowledge on these topics, yeah, related to again traveling. Yeah. Accommodation, yes. When you travel, of course, you need to stay in a hotel or a hostel, or now there are lots of B&B, yeah, and the couching, sofa couching or surf couching. There are a lot of websites. Anyway, we will talk about. As I said, like I'll get some articles. We will discuss about those articles, and we also gain some knowledge. Okay, and then famous attractions, yeah, because that's one of the reasons why people travel. We also talk about different countries, and then the attractions in those countries, and what kind of activities you can do. So it's all about gaining loads of knowledge on traveling and also tourism. Okay, all right. And apart from this, when it comes to the language part, we learn vocabulary related to all these topics. Okay, and we also try to discuss about these topics like tickets, check-in and check-out, and we would have like travel scenarios, travel situations, like role play situations where you have to play this role of let's say a check-in clerk, or how you check out, and then I ask you some questions, you answer those questions. Yeah. So these are some of the topics that we would go through, okay, in the lecture. Yeah. Shopping, the foreigners interaction. So what do I mean by foreigners interaction? Because you have an assignment where you have to interact with foreigners, like meet a foreign student or a foreign teacher or a foreigner outside. Yeah, and then open up a conversation. Yeah, try to have a conversation with the foreigner on a topic, or on like a small talk, right? Yeah. So I will give you this assignment. I will give lectures on how you can start a conversation, how you can keep the conversation going, and also try to get information on that country. Like you can ask questions like when is the right time to travel to that country. So I will give you this kind of assignment, and then after you interact with the foreigner, and then you upload, if possible, you upload a video of your interaction, or your experience, yeah, of interacting with the foreigner, or you just answer some questions that I upload online, okay, on the online platform. Okay, so that's about foreigners interaction. And then we would have some online discussions. Yeah, the discussions are based on again, I'll give you some questions. Okay, it's related to the topics that we would cover in my lecture. Yeah, for example, shopping or tourist information. So I'll ask you some questions. The discussion, again, you can upload an audio file, or you can just type the answers. Okay, and upload. Yeah, again, we have this platform, so it's not that difficult. It's kind of easy. Okay, and then presentations. Yeah, so you have to have presentations, and I would also present on my country. Yeah, do you know where do I come from? Do you remember? Yeah, I come from India, so I have a PPT file to talk about India. So one of the lectures, I will give a presentation on my country. Yeah. So you would have an idea how to have a presentation, and I would also give a lecture on present a country, like how to have a good presentation. Yeah. So you also learn the speaking skills. I talked about the speaking skills. So you along with the speaking skills, you also learn presentation skills, like how to use the visual aids, how to show some pictures or use some words like keywords, make sentences, and present about a country. Okay, and then the last exercise, the assignment is that you have to also make a video. Yeah, what is this video, right? The video is about you introduce an attraction in Taiwan. Yeah, for example, you can introduce your hometown. Yeah. So I'll give you some ideas like how you can introduce your hometown. Okay. So anyway, these are the content, and just give you an example. Like for example, tourism industry. We talk about tourist jobs, like what kind of jobs and what kind of skills you need to have these jobs. Like for example, pilot, right? So what kind of skills do you think a pilot needs? He has to be creative. Do you think he has to be creative, or he needs to have problem-solving skills, or what kind of skills he should have? So again, we will discuss about these like aspects or these points, right? Like for example, tour guide. So maybe some of you, you never know if your background, if your major is tourism or it's related to travel. Yeah. Maybe you have to have this kind of skills as well, right? To be a tour guide or to be a flight attendant. Some of the girls would maybe like to be a flight attendant, and what kind of skills you need. So we will again, go through some lessons, go through some articles. We discuss about this, and also answer some questions related to these topics. Okay, yeah, this is just an example. Okay. All right, and the last part I mentioned. This is an important part that you should know. And these are some of the activities that you also have to do. And I'll explain in detail each and every, the category, the criteria, but not right now. Right now you just have an idea. This is how I evaluate you, okay? The first one is online quizzes. So you watch the videos and answer some questions. That's it. So it's kind of easy, yeah. Where can you find the answers? So just like I mentioned, right? You look at the picture and try to look for the country. I'll give you some hints, yeah. Then you can find it and also provide some information on that particular country, okay? And discussion and participation, this is all online, so that's about 20%. And then making short video on a tourist attraction in Taiwan, so you don't have to go outside. Yeah, this is in Taiwan. Hometown is a good example. It's a good way to present, yeah, because you know about your hometown. Yeah, you have experience, you have knowledge. Yeah, all you have to do is speak English and choose the right information to present. Okay, yeah, and the reason why you have this kind of activities, this kind of assignments, is that when you interact with foreigners or when you travel abroad, you also have to talk about Taiwan. You have to talk about your hometown, right? Yeah. So that's the reason that I want you to do this kind of assignments, okay? And a presentation on a country and culture, because one of the objectives of this class is to learn about a country, learn about different countries. Yeah, I mentioned before, not just Korea, Japan, or the US. So I would assign countries to like different groups or different students. So you have to choose a country, but then not two students choose the same country, or not two groups choose the same country. You have to choose different countries because there are many countries in the world. Yeah, and you search information on those countries, and you have to present that country to but the assignment could be online. You can also take a video and then upload it online, or I mentioned before in class we also have classes, okay, like a regular classes, yeah. So, or you can have your presentation in the regular class, and then I will show the video, okay. And then making a brochure, I think this is also a good, I feel it's a good assignment, yeah. Just like a one-day trip in your hometown, or one-day trip in Taichung, or one-day trip in Taipei, yeah. So you just make a brochure, like where you try to bring in the creative part of you, like the creative skills, yeah. And then the last one is interviewing a foreigner. So this one, all this, as I told you before, I will provide you the information, okay? All right, we stop here. Thank you.